is based on a revelation of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, which repeatedly came to him from around 1896 until his demise. And we've taken 3 examples of this, if Huzur would allow me. The original reads as follows, and there are 3 examples. إن الذي فرض عليك القرآن لرادك إلى معاد إني مع الأفواج آتيك بغتة يأتيك نصرتي إني أنا الرحمن ذو المجد والعلا. And the second, قد ابتلي pardon?
See, you have already read.
This is one full revelation. There's one second one following. قد ابتلي المؤمنون ما هذا إلا تهديد الحكام إن الذي فرض عليك القرآن لرادك إلى معاد إني مع الأفواج آتيك بغتة يأتيك نصرتي إني أنا الرحمن ذو المجد والعلا. And it continues, مخالفوں میں پھوٹ اور ایک شخص متنافس کی ذلت اور اہانت اور ملامت خلق, I think. And the third one is سننجيك سنعليك إني معك ومع أهلك سأكرمك إكراما عجبا سمع الدعاء إني مع الأفواج آتيك بغتة دعاؤك مستجاب إني مع الرسول أقوم وأصلي وأصوم وأعطيك ما يدوم. And the English translation for the benefit of the English speakers. He who has made the Qur'an obligatory on thee will bring thee back safe to thy place of resort. I shall come suddenly with the armies, the gracious one, the majestic, the high. This was in the year 1897. And another one in 1897. The believers have been tried, but it is nothing but an official threatening process. He who has made the Qur'an obligatory on thee will bring thee back safe to thy place of resort. I shall come suddenly with the armies. My help will come to thee. I am the most gracious, the majestic, the high. There will be disagreement between thy opponents, and for one of them there will be humiliation, disgrace, and reproaches. And in 1903, the final one, we shall deliver thee and we shall exalt thee. I am with you and with your family. I shall honor you in a wonderful manner. The supplication has been heard. I shall come to thee suddenly with the armies. Your prayer has been accepted. The question is that we were...
Second part, is it all you have read, everything?
Yes, this is the 3 as well. The question, which is based on this revelation that inni atika ma'al afwaji baghtatan, which is repeated all through these years from 1896 till around 1908. We were wondering whether what has happened in Pakistan now, as a consequence of that, does it have anything to do with this revelation at all?
I hope so, because previously many a time army seems to have entered the politics and taken over the country, but every time these hopes were raised, but later on they were raised to ground. So every time Ahmadi innocently wondered what's happening with us. It appears to be the army, but it's not playing its role in the way in the prophecy they have been described in the prophecy. That is one aspect which should be fully understood. The second is that during the lifetime of Rasulullah Muslim, this prophecy could not have meant anything. He returned to Qadian after his death in Lahore, and there was no question of any army taking him back or returning to Qadian. So, but thing which is very obvious and evident, that this is a prophecy which had to be after his demise. God will be with him and with whatever family is left, of progeny left of Rasulullah. So today, lot of Muslims from progeny spread all over the world, and in Qadian, in Rabwa as well, and also in Qadian. So I think this is the high time when this prophecy should be expected to be fulfilled with its full meaning. I have been considering this present revolution of the military, and it has nothing to do with the previous revolutions. You know, never before did a military commander went without an oath of taking an oath on Constitution. And this time even the courts have declared that nobody is obliged to take oath by the Constitution, because this Constitution is the one which is against Ahmediyya. So there are strange signs which are appearing to indicate that this time perhaps it will be the real return to not only to Qadian but to Rabwa first and then to Qadian. This I have been praying and this I have been hoping for, because I see some different signs of Allah. For instance, one mullah inquired from, it was not a mullah, somebody inquired from him who was his ideal. He said, my ideal was Kamal Ataturk. Kamal Ataturk is the one person who loaded a ship with all the mullahs and intentionally had it sunk. So all the mullah went down. This is why ever since that the mullahs are after him. They say, if you mean that, you can't save your skin. Mullahs are very powerful, they're very strong. And all the previous regimes went because they did not respect the mullah. But the present commander-in-chief cares a hoot for these mullahs and their sayings. And he's doing whatever he wants. And the more the mullahs tease him, the more stern he is becoming. Recently, he has issued an ordinance by which mullahs cannot use microphone, loudspeaker, etc. in the mosques at all, only at the time of Jummah. They can use it, and they must not say anything political. They must not condemn other religious groups and say whatever is in the Quran. I mean, admonition should be given, and there they should stop. And they will be watched all the time by the army representatives. If a mullah goes beyond his boundaries, he may be dragged down by his beard. I mean, this is only muhavra, as we call it. But I mean to say is that when the mullah is removed from the stage, he always feels as if somebody has taken his beard down and pulled him down. So I am very happy that Salima asked this question, because I myself find in a position where I am praying that maybe this time Jamaat Ahmadiyya will be treated differently, and maybe this time situation will develop that I may return to Rabwa, which I very much want to. Inshallah.
Jazakumullah.
Salima, incidentally, I was looking at my old letters. Many of them I had destroyed previously, but I had preserved one very specially, and that was from you. You had written from France, and it was so full of love of Allah that it amazed me. Throughout you spoke of the love of God, and whatever you did was because you were in love with Allah, and Allah showed you the signs, and He will be with you. He would be with you. So I had kept it specially, and incidentally, I have told the private secretary to prepare material on the subject of love of Allah for the coming Friday. So So then inshallah you'll find many things answered in that.